Awaken Cohort.
And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates. I'm Commodore Mirak of the Dreadnought Jesus Iron Grip, as we continue our campaign against the Klingon Star Empire. And last time, we managed to recover our little stronghold here in the middle of the in the middle of the Klingon Empire at 6-8. However, we're going to have to sort of solidify our control of this location. So today is going to be all about gaining the flower. We're going to generate a nice little flower around this planet, and it will be ours. So let us head out into space. Although we probably should have stopped in order to rearm, repair, reload, as I can see that our ship is actually somewhat damaged from the last episode. So we'll be heading back and probably taking a mission actually on the home tile. Not home. I suppose we can start calling it our home tile. It is sort of our home base at this point. It's where we will be going to rearm, repair, reload, basically generate an entire brand new planet for the Gorn Confederation, where there's like a capital or some description, because apparently there's like 2 homeworlds in the middle of the Gorn Confederation last time we invaded it. Anyway, on the surprise reverse, we're currently squaring off against a frigate, a frigate, a frigate, a frigate, and a frigate. So nothing but frigates on this one. So of course this is the most powerful one because it's in the forward left-hand corner or right-hand corner from the direction that we're going in. Normally I think of this formation as being sort of I'm coming down from the top of it, although maybe not. Oh no, I'm in the stern position. This is the this is that corner one that normally is the heavy cruiser, but apparently not today. It is just a normal looking little tiny frigate. We have a little bit more power, so we're going to steal even more so we can drive as quickly as possible. The most important thing in this mission right now is to get on top of them, to destroy them before they can, well, turn on and try and destroy me, as, you know, that would be kind of bad. Let's increase the speed of time. We may as well get ourselves there as soon as possible. After all, I'd like to get the entire flower done today, although I can't guarantee that because things can happen that cause that to not be reasonable. You're a frigate. You are also a frigate, but are you actually a destroyer? You are a DW3R, and you're an LR1. I really don't know which is the better one, if I'm completely honest with myself. One of you is the superior frigate design, and I don't know which. Well, you have twin F-type plasma torpedoes, so clearly you die first. Hi, I have a lot of plasma torpedoes. You know what? I'm not going to fire the plasma R torpedo. I'm going to see what this does to him. He died! Lovely. Okay, on to the next one. Another plasma torpedo. As soon as you bear, we'll follow up immediately with a phaser, see if we can't cause enough damage in order to actually sort of overcharge these components and cause him to explode. And just enough damage. Okay, so this surprise reverse is already up to a cracking start. We've managed to annihilate not 1, but 2 vessels in a single pass, which for a plasma dreadnought is actually pretty impressive. We're not really used to doing that. Let's go target this one, who I do believe is a double raider. Yes, he is indeed. And so we're just going to increase the speed of time as we curl around back onto him. We'll fire all of our phasers. It probably won't deal enough damage, but we'll take the time to then go around sort of the horn, I suppose. How would I describe that? Just coming back around as we lay into him. Eventually we'll get more plasma torpedoes on target. It'll be beautiful and lovely, but it is going to take a little bit of time, as we are not exactly what you might call the most nimble vessel in the universe. Okay, I just want the F-type plasma torpedoes, because that should be... Oh, it wasn't, but phasers could do it. Okay, lovely. And then on to you. I will just fire everything. And, ooh, should only have fired the 1. That's rather impressive, actually, just the amount of damage they can deal. And we'll slow to a stop and basically just park behind him, laying into him with phaser fire. And eventually that will annihilate him. All stop, please. And that way we can just settle here and say hello. This is going to be a quite ominous experience, having a ship as large as ours just sitting right behind a frigate. Because you got to imagine that they're sitting like, what is he waiting for? And the answer is, well, my phasers simply cannot shoot fast enough to destroy you as quickly as I would personally like. But we'll get there. Anyway, so we have managed to defeat the surprise first. That'll be a nice, cool 300 prestige in 3 minutes. So rather perfectly. And we'll drop down here, take another mission. It will be a shipyard defense, but first of all, I'm going to repair the ship a little bit more, and then we'll take the mission, just so we sort of generate a little bit more positive Empire control. Because right now it's still extremely vulnerable. If it takes 5 damage and it instantly flips over, that would be a bit of a problem. So we need to sort of get a little bit more, oh god, get a little bit more damage on this target. Unfortunately, we're squaring off against a pretty significant amount of enemies. We've got 2 dreadnoughts, and the only thing they gave us was the Jackson. Which, don't get me wrong, the Jackson's pretty cool. It's a Federation war destroyer, and this does appear to be a little bit early for them, but hey, maybe it's the right year for it. But we're fighting a C9, a C5, oh, a C8, a C5, and a D7. This is several levels of not good, because we've got to kill all of them. Otherwise, we're going to die. Because we need to actually win this mission in order to actually hold the tile. Otherwise, it'll cause negative side effects for actually holding tiles. So I'm actually not positive I can pull this off, but I gotta give it a shot. After all, this is kind of our job. but I did not expect to run into quite this much opposition. I suppose I really should have, though. When you stop to think about it, this is rather reasonable for the amount of firepower being directed at our sole little planet, which is not particularly well held at the moment. Let's increase the speed of the vessel. We have a bit of a problem, and our solution is high-speed plasma cutting attacks, might be? I don't know, actually. I'm very concerned for this battle, in case you weren't able to figure that out, just by the way that my voice is sort of stopping and starting and stopping and starting as I try and think of something clever to do. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to come up with anything. We're just in a situation where they've got a lot of firepower, and we don't have quite as much. Now, we have a lot of alpha, which is helpful, but it's going to take a lot of work to actually break these guys down. He's going to take every single one of my plasma torpedoes. He's not even going to lose all of his shields, and we know that because we've done it several times before to D7s. So that's going to be a bit painful to have to deal with. War Destroyers are really, really good. The Federation War Destroyers are some of the fantastic ships in terms of their size, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get sort of the effect that we're looking for. Okay, he went for the crash stop immediately, so if somebody could shoot down that shuttle, that would just save me a lot of time and pain. Lots and lots of pain. Get him to stop. He's starting to start. You know what? I've got to push through. I didn't make the turn in time because I've got to get distance on this guy. Actually, I'll go for you if you break. Phasers. Make him hurt a bit. Just spread the love. Drop a mine. He did stop. Okay, interesting. So our maneuver is going to be a little bit delayed and a little bit in the wrong order, I suppose, is the way to describe it. But we do have a target, and I'm going to basically just increase the speed of the ship as much as I possibly can. Let's get the tractor beams on a little bit of defensive mode right here. Drop another mine. Stand by. We're almost ready to go. Oh, it's going to be tight. What's my distance? I don't want to get too close. I don't want to hurt myself. There we go. And hook. And shields are gone. We can pull through. Did I drop another mine? I didn't think so. So we now need to accelerate and get the heck away from this guy. He cannot accelerate us, by the way. So that's unfortunate. Marines. I've lost the screen. Go, go, go. Just don't think. Go. I'm not asking you to plan anything. I'm going to do all of that. Don't worry. So we've already got a penetration through. We've lost 2 sets of phasers already. The engine has been damaged. But we've already got our first set of Marines on the Dire Slayer. But I'm going to focus on that Dire Slayer. Because if I can steal him in the middle of this fight, that'll be very powerful for us. Unfortunately, there's nothing stopping the Defiant Slayer from getting on my 6 every single time that he possibly wants to. He's a much more maneuverable craft. This is kind of his jam. He's sort of designed in order to do this sort of engagement of just cutting through the back on us. And he's going to be able to hang into that open rear arc all he wants. There will be nothing we can do to stop that. Plasma torpedoes offline. I'm not going to use them. We're down to basically phasers alone. Marines, go again. Oh god, that's gonna be painful. I don't think I can win this. I really don't. Unfortunately, I think we found ourselves in a situation where we're gonna lose our ship. I can't cause enough damage to the Dreadslayer's Marine complement to actually take him out, and not having an aft shield while trying to operate doing high-speed attacks is not a winning combination. It might be worth trying to drag him in towards the Star Docks themselves, because I've lost 4 of my phasers already, and that's a 5 of them, and that's a significant detriment at the moment to my combat capabilities. Set these back on. I need them because I need to be able to continue to do these, well, slashing attacks towards the edges. Unfortunately, I just don't have the power to do it. So I'm going to have to go wide out and start heading back towards the docks. We're supposed to save them all, but if I can get them to support me a little bit, I can get a lot done here. So I need my plasma torpedoes back online, and unfortunately that means I need to slow down, let systems charge. So I need time. Game, can you buy me time on this one? Hopefully. I have serious hopes for it. Unfortunately, the Jackson is mostly dead at this point, so he's not going to be able to do anything. Although it does look like we did a pretty decent amount of damage to the Dreadslayer, so that is quite nice. It looks like he's decided he is in a position to actually intercept me. So, what is your speed? You're doing 20? This is about as fast as I can go while charging these plasma torpedoes, isn't it? Oh no, I've got 8 points of power. Give me more speed. See if we can't pull away. We'll probably do another bombing run on the C8. And then we'll just have to pull on through, but he's the danger. It's the D7 of all things that is actually going to be the thing that is most terrifying. Because if I can get another good run on the Dreadslayer, it should kill it. The C5 I'm not so sure on. Please stop causing effective damage to that shield. I need you not to do that. Oh, shut that off. Give me more power. And give me more speed. Not quite that much. There we go. Since we are defensive, I really don't need any power put into the electronic countermeasure, so I can take, or countermeasure, so I can take that away. Puts us back up to a defense shift of 2, gives us a little bit of power in that open shield. I am slowly starting to work back around on the C8, which I don't know if they've noticed yet. Okay, he noticed. He noticed. But if I can get a good plasma torpedo run in on, I can probably kill him. We just gotta keep him away from my stern, which is extraordinarily vulnerable at the moment. So, putting up enough power, give me a little bit more speed. I'm splitting it over 2 shields, which means it's only half as effective, so I've got basically 1.6 points of power in each, or 1.7 points of power in each of these, which is not a whole heck of a lot of damage reduction. Okay, plasma torpedoes ready to go. So now we turn in on them. This is going to bring us relatively close to our targets, well, to the things we're trying to avoid. Oh, maybe I go in on you. I don't know. Pseudo torpedo, and let's see if... Probe, actually. Send a probe. Let's find out exactly how badly we hurt him. He still has it. Okay, that's a problem. Pseudo torpedo. Come on. Dump that gosh darn pseudo torpedo. There we go. How are we going to respond? There's his crash stop. Okay. I'll blow by. And a mine along the way. So I'm really irritated now that he's actually got the hole in my rear shield. I was kind of hoping that a defense shift 2 would sort of keep that from happening. And I am actually maintaining it. They're not doing a good job of stopping that. Alright, let's do this. I've got to do this if I want to actually win this battle. Actually, maybe not. No, it's... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We've only ever done this thing twice, and both times it's had this exact same effect. Full-on breakdown, damage to the ship. Well, that's probably got us dead. Oh, we're taking all kinds of damage now. If they were real, well, we've got this incoming. So I was about to say, if they're really aggressive, they'd just go dive right in on us because they'd realize that we suffered a breakdown. Having this happen twice in a row since we've done this is always very, very painful and irritating. I don't think I'm going to survive though. I've got the tractor beam set to defensive mode, but I don't think we're going to have the power to do anything anytime soon. So we're kind of stuck. Come on, give me more power. Oh, we're going now. Okay, lovely. I need a high energy turn, honestly, to sort of bring my stern away from the enemy at this point. But I think we're dead here. Here I was hoping that we could actually pull this one off. I kind of had a plan for it, and all that needed for that plan to succeed was a single successful torpedo run. Yeah, we're dead. So let's not waste any time. Let's see who gets to it first. 2. I got to it first. Alright, so irritating, to say the least. But... no, there's no but to that. That's just irritating. So a second breakdown at an 83% chance should have gone our way. Or it felt like it should have. Really has no guarantee to do that, but... that's what I was afraid of. We have been booted back as it has taken from us everything that we cared about. Hi, shipyard. I have kind of 6,000 to work with. What do you got for me? So this is the opportunity that we now have for having lost our ship, is the potential of getting a larger one. DNT is not a larger ship. The BBs are out, but they're much more expensive. What ship are we actually in right now? We're in a CMFF. Is there any actually on the list so I can just skip right to it, or am I going to have to find the gosh darn thing in the entire list? Yeah, I'm going to have to find it. It's probably a heavy cruiser. Well, I know for a fact it's a heavy cruiser. So we're looking for CMFF. It's a fast medium cruiser with 2 plasma S's and 9 phaser ones, so not what we need at the moment. Honestly, we need just a little bit more firepower if we want to make this work. A BCS, Alsource S battle control ship equipped with 4 pseudo frigates, 2 plasma Ds, and... that's it. So, oh no, there's 3 S-type plasma torpedoes. That actually might not be a terrible thing. It'd be a lot of plasma support firepower. They're not vulnerable to AMDs. Unfortunately, I think it just slipped off the screen. That is unfortunate, but it does mean an update, so we might run into a dreadnought or something. A DNP is what we were just in, was it not? No, a single R and 2 S's, so it is a fast patrol ship dreadnought. Really, if you're not going to give me a little bit more than that, I'm not quite interested. Although Spinosaurus Rex... no, it's just a standard plasma dreadnought. Huh. We gotta figure out some strategy for getting back in on the Klingons. Because if they can throw us out like that, it is unfortunate and not a situation that we want to repeat. So, 2 R's, 3 F's. You're actually losing firepower because you're only gaining 50 and you're... well, you do gain the extra S, or the extra F. So where is that? That would be 300 damage in plasma no, it's only 2, not... The 200 damage in plasma torpedoes in enveloping mode. Not sure that works out in the way that we want it to. So... yeah. The advantage is you get a more powerful plasma R torpedo set, but you only do 160 damage natively, whereas before we were dealing 150 damage. So a little bit of step up in damage, actually. I should take that back. When we doubled, it was, I think, in favor of the other one, though. The one that we just got out of. Does it have a more modern phaser setup? I keep glancing back at it because I'm wondering about it. No, 8 phaser 1s is insufficient for what I want to do with it. I want enough phaser 1s to break everything that I could ever want if I, like 16 of them. If I could get myself a BBF. 10 phaser 1s at the very least would be helpful. 2 S's, 3 F's, 1 R, 1 S. Dreadnought Destroyer is 1 R, 2 S's, 2 F's, and 10 phasers. So a D&D actually would be pretty good for us. And not an early Dreadnought, which only has 4 plasma torpedoes. So this would be basically the same thing we just had, a D&D. Although I think with better phaser armaments. Because we were in a DNF, if I'm not mistaken? Oh no, they appear to be the same thing. Huh. Oh, it's smaller. I gotcha. So a DNH would actually be really good. See if one of those will update soon, because that might actually go our way. A heavy Dreadnought. DCN is probably not what I think it is. No, it is a triple F-type plasma torpedo frigate. Let's go do a quick mission around the area, see if we can't sort of secure things a little bit better. And we'll continue to think on what our plans should be in the near future. How powerfully do they have that? Not at all. Let's see if we can't grab it back. Well, probably not today. So the original intention was to grab the flower, essentially, to create a single home base and surround it, but that has not come to pass. And unfortunately, we've been reduced to a much less powerful ship. Only 2 S-type plasma torpedoes to sort of back up what we're doing. Although it is a fast heavy cruiser, so it should be a little bit more nimble and aggressive than our larger ship. Though at the end of the day, when you're playing Gorn, bigger is oftentimes better. Let's see how much we can handle with the enveloping plasma torpedoes. Doesn't actually take all that much additional power. So with plasma torpedoes set to enveloping mode, we can do a speed of about 21. That's not terrible at all. Increase the speed of time. Let's go find our target. It does appear to be a heavy cruiser. Fleet screen tells us that is an FD-7R. Could be a drone cruiser. Let's reinforce the forward shield, and then we will give ourselves a little bit of electronic countermeasure, because I don't think I'm going to need the ECCM on this one. We'll have the enveloping plasma torpedoes. We'll basically bombard him in the pass-through. Although, if he doesn't respond to a single plasma S torpedo, then we might be able to do some interesting things to him in terms of just stagger firing one at a time. Let's get the first one out and fire the torpedo. At least we have 100% chance. Oh wow, we are tiny compared to our Dreadnought, just based on the size of the plasma torpedo. He didn't care? Okay, he did care. It just took him a moment to actually think about it. He would have been hit by that had we shot at him with it. So we're going to go out, and then we're going to come right back on in as he starts to accelerate, which will give us a nice position on his flanks, and we'll be able to blast him with a pair of S-type plasma torpedoes. That'll deal 120 damage, which should weaken his shields pretty considerably. And actually, it's not the worst thing in the world in terms of power management. How big are the arcs on these plasma torpedoes? Oh, huge. Wow, that's gigantic. So that is also a nice little bonus of being in the ship. We don't have to worry about the tiny forward-firing arc of the plasma R torpedo. So we've done a pretty decent number on them already, and we're going to start pulling away. Of course you're going to do that. That would be the smartest thing to do after having lost the shield anyway. So we will pull out into the distance here, see if we can't get away. We did. And we've dented him fairly severely, and I'm just going to pull right on away. Not even going to bother engaging him. We're going to basically use our speed to our advantage. After all, we are a fast cruiser. So let's send any additional power to the reinforcement in the stern. Got 1.5 points of power. I could reduce speed a little bit. He is starting to chase me, though. So I don't really need to do it. Phase capacitor is fully charged. That gives us all our power that we could ever need back. And now we've got a pretty decent aft shield reinforcement. I assume he's going to give chase as much as he possibly can. Unfortunately, we didn't cause enough damage to blow out the shuttle bay. So we are going to have to worry about him attempting to wild weasel us, which does mean we are going to have to do another pseudo torpedo. Okay, he's starting to catch up on us. Let's give him a mine, see how he handles that one. His disruptor is being quite effective, actually, managing to nail us quite efficiently despite our defense shift of 2, which is a fairly good defense shift. So he is causing a fairly significant amount of damage to us despite our defenses. Can I make him just plow the mine? Because he does not have any shields, so plowing that mine is pretty... Oh, wow, he had enough power in order to actually handle that. Give him another one. Okay, I'm just gonna steadily work around the mine so I can get him in a vulnerable position. We do need to get him onto our 9 line. So the 3-9 line directly across the ship so I can lob another pseudoplasma torpedo towards him. And that will get him to stop. Because I can't afford to use... Wow, a speed of 31 out of this guy. He is impressive. See if I can't pull around just enough. I could just crash stop on him, make him just zip on right behind me. Come on, give me what I want. Come on. It's going to be a hard time for him to maintain that turn at those speeds. Is he going to cut right across me? It looks like it. Come on. He's going to zip right across the back. And he did open... He didn't actually open a shield on us. That did, though. Alright, so we got a pretty decent amount of hits on him on that one. Knocked out his shuttle bay finally. Did take a hole in the shield because we were trying to find a decent angle. Ended up hurting ourselves in the effort. Although my major concern was whether or not... Oh wow, we're taking a ton of damage now. Because we are very vulnerable to damage. We do not have a whole heck of a lot of armor on board this ship. So even though we've managed to completely cut him open, we've done a pretty significant amount of damage to him. 104 actually got through that shield. He is still quite dangerous to us. Because we just do not have the armor to sort of fight with him on a full-on brawling level. Which is an interesting thing to say as a Gorn ship. It caused a lot of damage to him, though. Come on, just need a little bit more. He doesn't have much. All I should need is a couple of phasers. So tractors are set to point defense. Give us a little bit of coverage on this one. And he's not dead yet, but he's just about there. That's going to run through pretty much all of our spare parts at this point. So I should probably turn that off. No point in wasting it. So I think we've got him now. Maybe not with phasers. It might actually take a plasma torpedo. So we'll increase the speed of time to come around on him pretty quickly, actually. So down. More phasers. Got him. Alright, so we have definitely been reduced in firepower. We're now more of a slashing torpedo boat, which is sort of what I had originally intended to use that dreadnought for up until the point when we failed 283% chances. But this does allow us to be quite aggressive, and hopefully next time we'll be able to return to our little planet and steal it back. Because if we can grab it and actually secure the flower on this one, then we can really get some work done. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to get a notification every time I post one of these videos. Press the little bell icon to become that I will see you all in the next episode.